All right, let's talk about this. Okay, let's talk about let's talk about parries first, because that's probably the biggest thing. Actually, first thing I want to talk about is a common thing you see, at least in the tournaments down south. Is a lot of people will rush immediately and try to take the center. The reason they do that is because once you've taken the center of the field, the other guy has to move around you, and they have to move a further distance than you do to monitor them, if that makes any sense. Because if it's equal space all around us, and I hop into the center right off the bat with Koistja, if he wants to get around me, he's got to step around. All I've got to do is pivot in place. So I'm going to be expending less energy doing that. That's not too practical in this tournament, but if you ever do one that fights continuously and endurance is a factor, then that is very important.
On the other hand, if you're fast fight, you don't want to back into the corner either.
That too. Because then you're left, yeah. Because we do have a defined field. If you do get booted out of the field, we will reset to the center. And if you do it too many times, then we're going to start calling that failure to defend. Yeah, we could try that. I want to talk about some general things first. I also want to talk about. Okay, so your big scorers for this are going to be any strike to the head, save a pommel strike, or any strike to the head, so cut, thrust to the head, or thrust to the body. That's going to net you 4 points. Cut to the body, net you 3 points. Any arm hit, any limb hit, so legs, arms, 2 points. Hand hit, 1 point. Mind you, you're not scoring, we're subtracting from the other guy. So ideally, every one of these fights is gonna last at least 2 passes. You could generally just walk in there and go, bam, bam, fight's over.
Does that happen often?
Yeah, it can. Yeah, you could just run in there and just tag somebody. You could run in there and just do like a stop thrust twice on somebody who's super aggressive, and the fight would be over. It does happen in this rule set. I've seen it.
Do you reset after?
Yeah, it's hit stop. So if I thrust it into Koistja and we got heard the halt call, one of the judges shot up their flag, we break, come back, wait for the directors and the judges to make their decision on what happened, and then we get it.
Retreat under guard.
Yeah, always. Well, always. Yeah, always.
And keep attacking until you hear the call.
Keep going until you hear the halt.
I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah, keep going until you hear the halt call. What's going to happen is we've got flags for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're working on it.
I got armbands and flags.
Awesome. So Trevor's going to give a class on basically how to do calls. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to have the director, and we're going to have 2 to 3 judges in each match. When a judge cites a hit, they're going to raise their flag, which when the director sees that, they're going to call a halt, and then the judge is going to point to the target to what was hit on which person, unless you're using colored ones or something like that. Colored armbands, yeah. Basically, the judge is going to tell the director what got hit unless the director saw something.
Is that the medical limit? Sorry.
Yeah.
Illegal target. That's our warning. The last one is illegal target.
Oh, legal target? Yeah. Back then, yeah. So penalties, so warnings and penalties, just to remind everybody, I'm going to go over this too at the tournament, is you've got failure to defend, which is, yeah, you turn your back or you run out of the ring too many times because you're avoiding getting hit, at which point you're not fighting at that point. Illegal target, which is back of the head, back of the knees. We've got some pretty close to exposed tendons back there, and you can really mess somebody up if you hit them there. Control. If you appear to be throwing with excessive force than what is necessary, yeah, that's a control warning. Big thing we're going to look for on that is if you hit the ground with your sword. That's pretty much going to be a control warning. We're going to start throwing out penalties about this after the second one, I think it is. Wasn't there another one? Oh, etiquette. When you're done, shake hands, hug, salute, shake hands, hug, do something. Salute's a big one. Yeah, before and after the match is you walk into that ring, I want you to salute your opponent.
Don't put your.
Oh yeah, don't put your point in the ground like I just did. So yeah, salute your opponent, and when the fight's over, finish salute, shake hands, knock knuckles, hug it out, whatever you want to do. Also, we're going to be doing something else, which I'll explain.
Honeymoon bench?
We're going to be doing what's called the honeymoon suite. After you're done fighting somebody, there's going to be 2 chairs off to the side that are right next to each other. You and the person you just fought are going to sit down and chew the fat while the next fight takes place. We did this at WMAW last year, and it was awesome. Because we get done beating the shit out of each other in armor, and we sit down and say, "How are you doing?"
No. Good day. Hella hot.
Yeah, basically. You think of anything else so far? I think I talked about this last week. That thrust at the eye, throwing that thrust at the eye line, getting them to draw that attack up. That's a great way. That's a great one to go off of. Throwing that attack at the eye line, getting a high. If they throw a high parry like that, and then coming underneath, that's a pretty solid strategy. Don't be afraid to change that strategy once everybody sees it and figures it out.
I would say if somebody starts kind of vacillating and they're backing out, you probably overwhelm them.
Yeah.
Rest.
Oh yeah. So this is something you may run into. Yeah, what Quisha was talking about. If you were fighting with somebody and they start, what they'll start doing is you'll see their head start doing this, and they'll start moving their blade. They'll vacillate back and forth with their blade. It means they're overwhelmed. They're not keeping track of you. If you see that, rush them. Keep pressing up. Keep pressing on them.
Is that just kind of a natural human reaction?
Yes.
Huh.
That is a very natural human
Would it be
reaction.
wise to fake that to get them to lull them into a false sense?
That's the trick.
That's the trick.
So yes, do that. Fake that.
Yeah, fake that. Do that. Or fake. Look out for that, or do that.
And
Yeah.
then you give them or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
And if they're doing like left, right, we'll just hit hard top because that's the
Yeah.
weakness to here.
Also, yeah, that's the other big thing is never forget. Clear the space with your sword before you step into it. Whatever they're doing, throw that blade up there first before you get in, before you move your body in there. That's the surest way to stay alive.
Don't forget to move laterally.
Oh
Stay
yeah,
linear.
yeah. It's a 3. Yeah, we have a whole big square to move around in. 20 square feet. You can move laterally. You can move forward and
Yeah,
backward.
that's my current problem.
I won't be going, but
We're gonna be sending
I
everybody
see
over the Mexican
some
restaurant
people-
afterward.
some people panic and they throw their hand out there. Would a punch be just a no-no? Or is that a yes? Is that possible?
Watch.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never seen anybody throw one before.
I know my
Headbutt?
brother panics like
I
that.
don't know. I've never seen anybody punch
Levi,
like that.
do not be the first.
Okay, if they're doing something like this, that's more of a pummel strike to me.
My brother panics and he just goes full fist into the face, and it's not.
I'd probably call it,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. It really depends. I'd probably call it control on that
Okay.
one, or sportsmanlike conduct.
Our pummel strikes are outlawed,
No, you can do pummel
Oh,
strikes.
I know,
Just
I
be
see what I'm-
gentle with it.
and you can't do the head.
No, you can do the head. I'd actually prefer you do the head because what you're gonna do is they get their mask up. You're just gonna go tap like that.
Bang.
But I don't want any. I don't want any murder blows.
Yeah?
Save that for armor.
Yeah, you say that for armor. Say that crap for armor.
So how many points is a pummel strike to the head?
2.
Oh, I see.
Because it's not necessarily immediately. It's not as guaranteed lethal as like a cut or a thrust would
But
be.
it will ring their bell.
But it will ring their bell.
How to deal with somebody who's bouncing? Oh.
Oh yeah. So frogs. Or I mean, guess that's the best way to put it. So
Having fun,
people
Christian?
who like to bounce. So there's this. If you're good on your timing, there's this point in time when they're bouncing, when they're at the apex of their hop, they can't move. They're stuck in that point in space, and they can't move anywhere else except down. That's a perfect time to attack. So if you see that behavior happening, do that. Some of the guys you might be fighting might be a little younger and a little more exuberant and a little more bloodthirsty, and they might just come right at you. So, so be,
Stop thrusting.
yeah, that's what you stop thrust for.
Do we see a stop cross?
Yeah.
gloves.
Okay. So, push.
Silly.
I'll be nice. Push your rush with me.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Ow.
if you saw what I did there, basically his most predictable attack path is gonna be from that side. So actually that's something we should talk about too. So he's moving in on me and he's couched in that. So I'm moving in, so when I move, I'm moving out of the path of where his likely attack is gonna be. I'm moving my blade in opposition and I'm just laying my point in him as he comes in. If he was on the left, I just do it on the other side. So if he could attack me on the left, I just do, yeah, just like that. So two of the things I want to talk about on that front too is, so if you get what's called a double, so if I go whiff and he hits me in the same time, we're scoring both hits. So there's there's likelihood there if you are not defending yourself or the other guy's not defending himself, you could both go 0-0 and it counts as a loss for both of you.
What's the window of a double? Is it
Same time.
at the same time?
In the same tempo. So if so like this, if Koi's just in the middle of a strike and I go, no, just do a downward strike, and I kamikaze that, even though I get him, I'm still counting that because his blow was in motion when I threw my attack and I did nothing to defend myself. So the key lesson behind that is, so whenever you get a hit, is either get out of the path of their attack, or close your line. So like for instance here, if he throws that, I've closed my line, I've landed my blow, all's good, wait for that halt call, back out, do it again.
And try not to trip over your own mask.
Try not to trip over your own mask. Yeah.
Good time to throw stop thrust if your opponent does this. They're running and their sword is not, they step before they want to do a swerve now, but instead of doing it like that, they're doing it like,
Yeah, they lift their hands up.
they lift their hands or their bodies before their sword.
Yeah. If they give you an extended target like that, don't be afraid to do this either. So if we go back to that, throw my mask on. So let's say Koi's just throwing, and Koi's just gives an over exuberant Zwerkow there. Don't be afraid to do something like that either. You can totally stop their attack by pinning the arms with your blade. I mean, that's still an attack. I'm only getting 2 points, but hey, it stopped his attack dead. I had to stop, because if I hadn't done that, it's like I go, oh, I'll go for the higher scoring hit. Whack!
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that still counts even if it's like.
Yeah, his blow is in motion. I just did the exact thing I was just talking about, where I went for the open and I did nothing to close my line.
So also keep your blow in motion.
Keep your blow in motion, yeah, because you know what? Yeah, if they're stupid and they strike you when you're mid swing,
I hate to say, guys, spent my last.
yeah, and you still hit them. Hey, I mean that still works in your favor.
Because if
Even
you're up on points and he can't afford it and you can.
yeah,
you
that
still
too,
win.
that too.
How do you deal with somebody who keeps pointing the sword at you? No matter what
Guys,
they're
wait.
doing.
How to deal with Andy? No.
I got it from Mark.
No. Okay.
That explains a lot.
Okay, first of all, this is a great way to fight. I do it in very specific situations. One of the issues you got to worry about with this is you're giving your weak out to them. There's some tricks to use that though. The other thing you're doing is you're basically presenting a measuring stick for your opponent. So I know exactly how far away it is and how far he can get to me. So it's like, I'm going to estimate a little further for his step, and as long as I stay about right here, I think he'll be okay. So it gives you room to plan and work. So a couple of things you can do here is attacking obliquely to control the sword and moving in. The other thing you can do if you're feeling really tricky, you can try to use the Shield-How counter to this, where you pretend to throw hot, where you pretend to throw at the tip and you pretend to throw at the tip, which is going to mess with their depth perception, and then at the last minute you turn it into a Shield-How and push the blade aside and follow it straight into either their hands or their chest. Just make sure the trick on that one is I'm throwing here, or I look like I'm throwing there, like I'm trying to bat the point aside. Maybe I've done that a couple of times beforehand and he just keeps dipping underneath. So I'm probing, and then when I do the last one, I wait for him to go, and then I come in.
Has that worked against you any? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one I saw. I didn't mess around with it a lot, but
Yeah.
in like tournament, like real high-end like tournament stuff, a lot of what they're doing is because both opponents are really fast. Well, a lot of the time they're doing is if somebody's in long point, they'll throw like some sort of one-handed Geisling at them.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't land, if I threaten it right, and you go for something like the one where you go like that, like a short edge cut to my head, even if you do that, it breaks you out a long point, right?
Oh, yeah.
So even if I threaten this and it breaks you out for
We're
some
gonna be a little wary of those because it's a control thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a control thing. I know that Geisling's a valid
Yeah.
technique, and I'm still kind of on the fence about whether to allow those.
I haven't tried it or anything like that. I just saw the discussion of it. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But
If I see that, I'm gonna slam the shit.
Well, yeah,
out of
that's,
it.
yeah.
that's
No,
the other thing,
absolutely.
yeah. If I see that, it's sort of like,
Send it.
no.
Yeah.
Well, because typically the way you're supposed to use them is we would straight to a bind, and if he starts to wind on me, something like that, I push off and just go like that. That's typically how you're gonna use a Geisling.
yeah.
Not engaging.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go. Try to do something like that. The other problem with throwing those low blows like that is, I was talking about this earlier. If I see somebody's knee hit the ground, we're calling a halt because you lost your footing.
Okay.
It's a safety thing. I don't want somebody to get, yeah. Basically, as soon as I see a knee hit the ground, that's like the first stage of falling. So nope, halt, go back.
Okay.
Yeah. So you gotta keep on your feet. I mean, if you do something like, maybe, I don't know, but.
Okay.
It's not
I wasn't planning on throwing any.
Oh, okay, good.
It was just like I saw it online and there was a bunch of discussion on it. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So based on that, it's actually viable, basically beat tin, their blade, and then use that tin to pull a strike, from what you're talking about?
Come again? Oh, you mean the way I use the Geisling?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Is
What
it
do you
terribly
think?
viable, or?
I think it's viable. I mean, I think it's viable because that's how it's supposed to be used.
Yeah.
I just see a lot of guys in tournaments use it like where they just go like that, and I'm like,
It's really cheap.
yeah,
I
it's
feel-
really cheap. I'm not a big fan of it. I like what Trevor does with
It
those.
immediately
his
brings
blades.
me to a mind of doing epee fencing, so it feels incredibly cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't rely on it. If you see somebody do that, tap the blade out of their hand and get the sore.
Another way to deal with this, Zach and I were working on. You want to show it? Yeah. The strong man, strong taker.
Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah. If you're strong, this is a great way to deal with somebody who likes to play these games. Go for it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Really give them all you got and use the momentum to transfer into a short edge.
Yep.
Counter thrust. And you're gonna really come in.
And that's the other thing I was going to mention too is whatever you're doing, don't ever, if you throw something at somebody, you attempt something, don't relax.
Yep.
What I want you to, so like for instance, I throw a koi tip, I go for his face, he parries it aside, I make another attack, he parries that, and he backs out. I don't want to go, oh darn.
Yep.
Good, yeah. Stay on guard. Move to something else. Move to another guard. Move in opposition to his blade. If you're not sure what you're going to do next, and you need to get out of there, move in opposition of wherever his blade is, and just get the fuck out.
If you've run 7 points like back and forth, or 6 points back and forth, and you're really, really exhausted, is there like a good tired strategy?
For
Oh, thrust. Thrusts are really good against tired people because if you can put your weight behind it and take a step forward and they're also really tired, it's hard for them to displace the weight of
Yeah.
you behind your blade.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I noticed like after we did the Messier and then I did the longsword bat, I was pretty tired.
If you need to rest, get distance.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
they need to rest and they're getting distance, chase them.
Yeah.
It's a game of chess.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. If you need time or you need rest, you need to make space.
And their job is to interrupt it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess so. We can do that. If people want to get in some gear and do some batting, just try stuff out, do some coaching, we can do that.